Alright, well this week I'm going to tie my Mini Jiggy Sculpin, just in the vise here. I use it a lot for trout, bass, all kinds of different fish, anything that eats little sculpins. It's just a small, it's very similar to like a sculpin bugger with the Flymen head on there. This is the Flymen head in size mini, so smallest size, color brown. Yeah, I tied this one in 3 different colors. Okay, to tie this one, we're gonna pop this one out, give you guys a little closer look at it. The underside. Just a short little morsel. So I'm gonna come in with my hook. This is actually a hook from J. Stockert. Their J2 line of hooks. This is a size 6, and I tie this one with Power Thread 140. This is another one that would be good to use a smaller thread. I just like using the heavier thread for the durability of it, but it does build up a bit of bulk in the back here. So we're going to tie this on, just secure down our thread. First material we're going to come in with is Marabou. This is blood quills, Marabou blood quills. I got them in, this is the color brown. Like to snip the very tip of the feather off, just so you can't see it once it's all trapped in there. Sometimes it likes to form like a stick instead of looking like a feather. Okay, so I'm going to measure this one about 1 hook shank length, lash it down. You don't want to carry this all the way up the body. It's just going to build up bulk that we don't really need. Next material is going to be Flashabou. This is holographic black. These are quarter length pieces off the hank they come in. I'm going to tie one in on each side, about 60-40 backwards, and fold it back. Okay, the next material is some wire. For this color I like to use copper. This is copper, the new Hareline soft wire actually. This is size medium. Medium, small, any size wire really will work for this. It's just going to be a counter rib, so if something were to happen to this hackle feather, it doesn't stick out to the side. Wet your fingers, pull all these back. And then we're tying in just the tip. And then last material is going to be Estaz. This is Estaz standard. This is, the color is Rootbeer. And I do my buggers and this body a little bit different than most people. I just tie everything in the back and then move it all forward. Move my hackle feather forward and then counter rib it with the wire. So it still has wire, it's just then I don't have to tie back over my materials. So here I'm going to touch this with some glue. Then move my Estaz up, wrap around. Be nice to have a rotary for this. Just pretty much touching wraps with the Estaz. And then another important step with this fly and my Jiggy Sculpin is just leaving that room here enough for the head. So we're going to come in and put a Flymen Sculpin helmet, medium sized one, in the front here. So if you're ever wondering, you can always just bring this up, you know, measure it out, make sure you're good, because you want to leave this bare so you can get around that jig hook when you're pushing your Sculpin helmet on. So now we're going to palmer this Hackle feather up over that Estaz. Me. Spin that thread up, trap it, 1, 2, pull it back, cut out our excess. Now I'm going to come the opposite way with this wire. It's going to trap some of our hackle, but that's okay, we'll clean it out in a second here. Blocking you guys, sorry. Cutting out my wire. Now I'm just going to take another hook, come through if I see any trapped Estaz or hackle. Just kind of work it out just so it's not trapped in there. This will happen with the fly over time. It'll work its way out too. It's just I like to fluff it up a little. Okay, now I have some rubber legs that are cut into quarters. This color is Emerald Shiner, I want to say. So I cut them into, yes, quarters, and then I'm going to use, same thing, double piece, tied it in, 50-50, you know, move the fronts back. So yeah, 50-50, 2 wraps, trap them, other side, make sure we got them on each side, and then I'm going to pull everything back. Give that a few wraps, and then move my thread up in front. You can pull on these, but don't pull it too hard, they will break. Then we're going to flip everything over for our last step, which is coming in with some Senyos Laser Dub or Bruiser Blend. Just depends on what colors you're looking for. This one I'm going to use Senyos Laser Dub in brown. Just going to pull out some of that, stack it a little bit, just get your fibers all straight. Okay, nice little veil there. Spin our thread, And this is going to go on about 50-50 as well. Looser wrap, tighten it down. Now valve that out and back. Pull everything back, and we're just going to seal this up with a few wraps of thread. Do our half hitches, and we are ready to put the head on. This is all going to get glued heavily, so I just put 2 half hitches in, and I'm going to flip it over in the vise again just to put this head on. I like to pull this laser dub, just get it right about where those legs are. Kind of veil it. And then pull it all back tight, just like that. And then for these I like to use this is Gorilla Glue, super glue, but like it's like a gel. I like this. I think this holds the best, honestly. But even after these are done, there's more steps after they're done that I just like to do just to seal up my thread wraps and all that stuff, and just make them a little bit more bulletproof. So I'm putting this glue all the way around those thread wraps in the front. I'm going to take my head, size mini brown. Once again, I put the eyes on them beforehand too, just an extra step before that will save you some time at your vise. Got a little too much glue there. That's okay. Okay. Now we want to go this way. I'm just gonna push it all back. Push it back, make sure we're centered, and that your head is sitting perpendicular to this jig hook. And then I'm going to come back with my thread, same thread, Veevus 140 black. Even if I use a smaller thread on the body, I would still use 140 for this step, just to build up the bulk. I'm making like a thread dam in front here, so that even if this Sculpin helmet is to spin, it can't ever come off because of this thread dam that seals it in place. I'm doing this with some tension, just trying to keep everything tight, keep that head pushed back and in place. The tighter this all is, then the less chance your helmet moving. I'm just going to clip this off, and we are done. Well, I'm done with the video. This is gonna, like I said, I take this from here, I'll make a bunch of these. And then with all my Sculpins, especially with this thread dam here, I put them aside and I go back through with Sally Hansen hard as nails, and I coat them at least twice, sometimes 3 times. But I coat over these eyes, over all these thread wraps, and try and fill in gaps in the helmet there. Just makes them a lot more durable and more likely to stay in line, which is the appeal of this fly to me, is that jig hook coming into the Sculpin helmet. The Sculpin helmet and the jig hook being on different, like they're perpendicular to each other. So that is going to give you wobble. And I think, especially with a Sculpin, they're not the best swimmers. When they're moving downstream, a lot of times that wobble, I feel, is what makes this pattern effective. I mean, it's a good Sculpin pattern all around, but I think that there's something to that wobble. And yeah, all right. Just Queen City Guiding's Mini Jiggy Sculpin. So yeah, we have these flies available in the shop here, and all the materials to tie this fly are available. Most of them are in stock. If not, they'll be on their way soon. I'm also going to try and put together kits to tie these as well, just because it would make it easier for everyone, you know, just to have all the materials in one place, and you can just get them all there, and it'll be enough to tie X amount of flies, probably at least a dozen. I'm still trying to work out all the details and everything with that, but yeah, we're working on it, and good luck out on the water. Thank you. Have a good one.